We're good. We're set. Everybody ready to go? No, what you about to
Yeah. No, I was gonna say it was way better than that piece of crap that I had. How about that?
say? Right. Yeah. I mean, then again, too, that last computer we had, it was like a all-in-one, and it was like from like '09, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think it was like from '01.
Yeah. Hey everyone, welcome to I Told My Wife I'm Paying Bills. I'm Slim.
And I am Black, aka the Raging Bull X.
And I'm Chris, also known as Dr. Funkenstein.
Hey, and we're not only are we back, we are not live. However, you can actually see us all now in HD, 4K, whatever you got it going, because I'm actually recording this in high quality, 720p. And so you see, boom, 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 me, Chris, and Black. So we are so happy to be here. You can see, this is what we've been talking about for a minute. I know I've been promising it for a very, very, very long time. We've been working. We're working hard. We're trying to ramp this up, everybody. We're trying to go from here on out to have a lot more primarily video content. We're actually pushing towards getting Black his Raging Bull X show because he's got a lot to say. He has a whole lot to say. And some of the stuff he can say, but we're going to let him just say it on his other show. So he can still say it, but it'll probably be a lot more censored. So
yeah, I'm not going to corrupt this show. No.
Yeah. We're working towards getting Black that one. So be on the lookout for that. Hopefully in a couple of months to the end of the year, we get him started. But for right now, we are here with the reveal nobody was ready for. All three of us are here. So what's going on, guys? How y'all feeling today?
Anybody take turns? Off. Excellent. Had a great day at work, great day at home. Glad to be here. Glad to be back with y'all, chilling out and having some convo. Always
welcome. Word. What about you, Black? What about you?
Well, you already know what it is, Slim. I'm a recovered Xbox console guy. I've reverted to PC, so I'm a happy guy. Senior finally got me on board.
Yeah, I gotta do some upgrades for mine. I really do, because mine is not it's good, but it doesn't game the way I want to game. I just recently downloaded High on Life 2, and I wanted to play it. I wanted to stream it and all that, but mine couldn't push it. So I also wanted to be able to push Suicide Squad, the Justice League Suicide Squad game. I'm not gonna say the whole thing. I can probably just blank it out. Suicide Squad, the Justice League. I wanted to actually run that, and that almost cooked my computer because of how much power it was putting out. So, I gotta do some upgrades, and that's gonna take time and money. So it is what it is. Oh, you know what? One person I didn't introduce. I don't know. Y'all probably can't see him because our cameras are compressed. However, when I go to single cam, you can see over my left shoulder here, Sleepy Bear, who's looking at me right now. Again, the fellas probably can't see because the way we're recording, they got our stacked side by side. So, but yes, for all those people who heard me talk about Bear, talk about going in and out of my room and everything like that, he's right there. That's Sleepy Bear. So if you haven't seen it. So today I'm really excited. Actually, too, Black, I wanted to talk a little bit more about your computer. Let's talk about that on the back end, though. But today, I'm really excited because I kind of want to do a reintroduction of us. You've been listening to us. If you've been here for a while, you've been listening to us. We've been talking about doing this video. If you're new to us, we got a lot of new not Facebook, but a lot of YouTube subscribers. If you're new here, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. We hope you like our content. Go back and listen to some of the episodes. We're going to actually revisit some of those episodes with video now, because some of those episodes we actually said some funny stuff behind the scenes, but you couldn't see it. So we're going to do a revisit. But for today, we're going to do a short intro, and we're going to try and do a little bit more shorter form, so we can give y'all more of a bite-sized podcast, and so we can actually put out more content for y'all. We were doing hour episodes, and it came up. We started at 45 minutes, but then we got so much to talk about that it came up to about an hour each episode. I want to bring that back down, but I want to put out more. So that hour is going to be compressed and just moved over. That's what we're going to try to do. So today we're going to actually start off by introducing ourselves one by one. And I'm going to start off with one of the fellas here. So let's go with Black. Black, kind of give me a rundown, who you are. What do you like most about gaming, movies, TV, nostalgia, stuff like that. You just give me a quick rundown about that. And the type of fan you are. Are you a serious fan, a chaotic fan, a conspiracy fan? You know what I'm saying? That type of fan.
Yeah.
So give me a little bit quick rundown, about 2 minutes or so.
Well, as it says in the title, told my wife paying bills. I'm married, 3 stepdaughters and stuff like that. Busy household. Pretty much work keeps me going constantly. But happy to be a part of what we're doing right now. That kind of gives me a way to escape. Since I'm on that subject, that's what games is. Entertainment is to me is a way to escape. Sit back, enjoy a good game or a good movie. Type of person I am, type of fan I am when it comes to that type of stuff. I would consider myself chaotic because if a movie's really good, I could be chaotic in positivity, and if a movie's really bad, I could be chaotic in negativity. And that's about me in a nutshell.
Yeah, I remember seeing Carnage with you. Let There Be Carnage. Mm-hmm. You was hyped up in that movie. You was a little hyped up in that. Well, then again, too, it was a hype. It was. I'm gonna be honest. So it was a good movie. It wasn't great. It was highly good. It was in between good and great.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, you was hyped up about that movie. So that was actually a pretty dope movie.
Yeah. Just like the new expansion for Starfield is coming out, so I'm gonna be really hyped about that.
Oh yeah,
you already felt it when you came over to help me set up. So
yeah, that's Starfield. I mean, for real, when I can see that you commenting in the Facebook chat groups and stuff like that. Yeah, you was definitely hyped up on Starfield. And when we was talking about Starfield, you was hyped up on that too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, all the time.
All right, so I'm gonna come back on the weird fact closer to the end, a little bit later. But Chris, tell me, who you are. What do you love most about game, movies, and TV, and what kind of fan you are. Whether you're like a serious fan, chaotic fan, conspiracy, that type of deal.
Yeah, I guess I am a father, grandfather, and I like to spend a lot of time with the family. But as far as like at least until it's time to game, and then they got to go. And,
Yeah.
and as far as I really as far as gaming goes, or as far as like my choices between gaming and the movies, I kind of got caught up in and going back and forth over which one I actually had I guess the most passion for, gaming or movies. And it really came down to the fact that I think that as far as gaming goes, which I'm more of an adventure gamer, and I like to explore and to, dig deep off in the lore. And actually, I love environmental storytelling. But I think as far as like the emotional connection, as far as like I think the journey as far as the emotional connections in most games, even though they've gotten so much better over the years, and there's some incredibly emotional journeys, especially now that the lines between the two versions of media are really blurred now. So, I mean, hell, they're using gaming engines to create movies now. So,
yeah,
but
for real.
yeah. So I'm really still leaning more towards movies just because of just because of the depth and the journey and how the story is told. Although even then, how well stories are told in gaming is great now, but I still think that movies and that type of structure kind of inform the storytelling in the other one. So yeah, I'm definitely more of lean slightly more towards movies,
Okay.
even though I probably spend more time in games.
Yeah, yeah. And the type of
Mm.
fan are you? Like,
As far as fans are, yeah,
serious,
I'm
chaotic?
definitely more of a chaotic fan because I'm gonna be passionate about what I'm passionate about. I'm
Mhm.
gonna love those movies regardless of what anybody else feels about them.
That's right.
And
Yeah,
so, yeah.
right. That's dope. Yeah, 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 yeah. I know how that is. I definitely know how that is because you kind of want to like when you find that one thing that you lock in, you kind of want to like go full force on it. You want
Mhm.
that extra passion. You want that. I don't. It's hard to explain, but like when you really excited about it, and
Yeah,
sports fans, they know what I'm talking about. When your
yeah,
team, you know, get there you go. Yeah. When
yeah,
your team gets that field goal, when your team gets that that walk-off home run, when your team does I can't think of some other things like that. But when your team does that one thing that you're waiting for and they actually do it,
mhm.
like Jeter's last home run, that was dope. Anyway, uh,
It's
you know, that and when your team
yeah,
does that, yeah, that's that feeling, and it's the same can transfer over into games, into a movie, especially when you're into that movie and you're watching it and you want to see you have a theory, especially when you have a theory. Those movies you have theories about, and your theory pays off, you get so
yeah,
freaking hyped. Yes, I get that.
yeah.
I understand.
And a lot
So,
of it's about your personal connection with that story and how it plays out because you can see different aspects of yourself and your life or family and friends in those
mhm,
experiences and whatnot. And there's things that even like when I was playing South of Midnight, there was a
Mhm.
lot in that that just reminded me of Montgomery, Alabama, and my time
mhm,
there,
Mhm.
and the
did I tell
even
y'all I
the
finished
people
that
there.
too? I think I
Yeah,
told y'all I
yeah,
Mm,
finished it.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
that
That
game
was
is,
really dope.
that game doesn't get
Go-
enough credit. That game doesn't get enough credit. That game is a
it
really,
does
really good
not.
game.
That's a
I've been
really good
trying to get
game.
myself to get back to it recently because I stopped at a certain point and then just haven't been back because I've been just piddling around with everything else, but I'm
Yeah.
definitely planning on getting back to it either if not this week, next week.
Yeah, yeah. And I can see that either being a sequel, which I hope they do, but if they
Mhm.
don't, it still works a way of a solo game. It still works like just extremely well that way. And I can actually see in that being a really dope movie, a really dope movie, and
Mhm.
just with the other stuff that they can do and with like all the different spirits, it can either be a horror or I said horror really weird. Horror or a comedy or a horror comedy, like scary movie. But I can see that being really a really, really good movie because that story was so rich into history.
Mm.
So
It could be
Mhm.
something like Sinners where it's like a little bit of both. Yeah.
there you go.
Mhm.
There you go. And there goes Barry. He just got up and walked out the room. That's why I leave the door cracked now, so he can actually walk in and out. He ain't asking me anymore. I'm just gonna let him just do his thing. Go ahead. Anyway. All right. So, let me go ahead and get into who I am, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the show. We're going to kind of go back into, what's kicked off the show and everything like that for everyone here who's new. So my name's Slim. I'm Chris. I'm in my late 40s. I'm almost 50. Actually, me and Black are almost 50 because our birthdays are coming up towards season,
Mhm.
almost here. Um, uh, so I am also married, as you can see, uh, and that's pretty much how that's kind of how the show came about. I'll get into that in a second. But what I love most, I can't really say because I'm in most things in my life, I'm a transformer, and the only way I can put it is because I will be into games for like I'll be locked down into games for like a month and a half, 2 months, or whatever, and then all of a sudden I get stuck on some movies, or I'll be stuck on a television series, or this is just all these different kinds of stuff on TV shows and different things like that. For the longest time, I was stuck on watching old school Transformers. Went through the whole series. Then I watched old school Cops fighting crime in the future time. I was
Mhm.
locked on that. Finished that. I just finished Silverhawks. Um, and I'm going back and forth with One Piece and some other things. I just finished the series One Punch Man. I just finished that series. I got to go back and watch that because I missed different things while I was doing stuff. So I go back and forth in all the different things I love. I'm also I love the gym. I love going cycling and different things like that. So not only am I just a gamer and TV stuff like that, I also get out and exercise and all that. So anyone who's talking about gamers being trapped in their basements and stuff like that, not trying to joke, Black, because you are technically in your basement man cave, but
I am there. And that's where I stay.
y'all,
That's why I
but
stay
I'm gonna
where
tell
I'm
y'all
home.
though.
But
Yeah, but that basement actually is pretty dope. It's not a basement. That's a true man cave. That's dope. I actually, and then the plans that he has is actually pretty dope too. I can't wait till he gets upgrades that. It's gonna be actually really dope. But anyway,
that's his house.
Yeah,
It instantly becomes a man cave because that's his house.
exactly.
I'm not in my mama's basement. Not in my mama's basement.
Exactly. So, you know what I'm saying? So all those people who had those kind of stereotype about gamers, but then again, that stereotype is actually flipped. You know, that doesn't happen anymore because people don't have that false perception of gamers. You know, now gaming is such a huge industry that it's become a life of its own. There's gaming sports leagues. There's the kids who are making money. You know, their mothers be hustling and working as nurses overnight, doing this and whatever, and then they come home and their kid has made more money than they have in that day. You know, so gaming has transformed itself.
Mhm.
But before I continue on, I wanted to say the type of fan I think I am. Again, I want to say I'm a transformer because I am. I could be a conspiracy fan. I could be a really chaotic. I can be really serious. Lately, I've been very nostalgic. And again, that goes back into saying how I've been watching a lot of these shows. So I finished Silverhawks. And this is all on Tubi, by the way. I finished Silverhawks and I started watching Centurions. Do y'all remember that? Power
Yeah.
Extreme, guys with the exosuits. It was like the three
I-
guys. One had a not brown, but an orange suit. One had a green suit. One had a blue suit. And then the blue suit dude was in the air. Green suit dude was in the water. Land dude was the brown orange suit. So I'll just send you a picture.
I probably remember it by picture.
Yeah. But so that I've been watching that show, and that show is actually pretty dope. I really enjoyed that show a lot as a kid, but I didn't realize that here's the thing about watching a lot of the shows that when you go back, they were lame as hell. but they were dope because they were ours. They were our cartoons. They were our shows that we loved. But some of the stuff that they did and said, not only were they lame, in today's culture, some of that stuff would be considered sexist and racist. A lot.
The Spider, what was it? The Spider-Woman cartoon just blew me away. Just how, some of the stuff that they had in that one.
It's very wild. Some of that stuff is really, really wild. And then something else I've been watching that's pretty nostalgic on TV was it's just, well, I've said this before. It's another YouTube station, and it's so funny. I'm like, talking about some else's YouTube station, but there's a station called Orbital Beacon on there, and they actually really got some really dope stuff. So I really enjoy the stuff that they put out. It's just like watching Saturday morning cartoons. I just been Googling, not Googling, but typing into YouTube, going to nostalgic cartoons, and I found a whole bunch of them. And Orbital Beacon has been the best one. What I'm looking for now is Bionic 6. Do y'all remember Bionic 6?
Yeah.
Oh man, I really want to see Bionic 6 again. I really do. It's because it came on at 6 a.m. before school.
Mhm.
So if you wanted to watch Bionic 6, you had to be up at least by like 5:45 so you can start getting ready, or you could just be up, by 5:50, whatever, so you can basically be up and awake enough to watch the cartoon without falling back asleep.
Yep.
And I don't know why they did that to kids. Why would you put such a dope show on so early in the morning?
Yeah, because now think about it. Robotech came on at like 6 in the morning, 6 or 6:30.
And that's probably why I've never saw it while it was running.
Mhm.
Because so some of my friends, I remember we were at elementary school. When we were in elementary school, some of our friends used to actually watch that show, and they would come into school talking about it, and I never could catch it. And I would always wondered why, and that explains it why. That really did. So, either way though, I want to talk a little bit more and about why we came up with this show idea. I've said this a couple times, and I'm going to go over it again. Like I said, if you have heard this, thank you. Please stick around just a little bit more. We're going to go in and talk about some of the stuff that we want to do. I want to let Black kind of go into about his show a little bit before we go as well. So we came up with this idea because it was originally 3 of us, and Black and I had this friend that we went to high school with, and I don't remember if he went to middle school with us.
No, not
So
us.
Black and I knew each other from middle school originally,
Mhm.
and Will was not in our middle school, but he was in high school with us, and he and Black hung out a lot outside of high school. Me and Black hung out in middle school and in high school, but we lived too far away from each other to actually hang out outside. Uh, and Will had this idea originally. I will to this day, I will always credit Will for getting us together. All right. We tried one time to record an episode at Black's house, and it just fell flat. It just didn't work. And me and Black, we wanted to continue. We was like, hey, we kept talking to Will and Black especially too. He was like, yo, what's up with the podcast? What's up with the podcast? He kept doing that. And I was like, he's right. We really need to get on this thing. So then finally one day, I think it was like one of the other times after you said something, I was
Mhm.
like, all right, guys, give me a minute, right? And then I came up with like I think 3 titles. I really wish I remember what the other 2 titles were, but I came up with 3 titles. I said, y'all pick one of the 3 title names, and Black instantly said, "I told my wife I'm paying bills." He liked it instantly, and then Will was just quiet. So okay, we went with I told my wife I'm paying bills. And after that, I built the show. That's what happened. That's how it happened. Unfortunately, Will wasn't down with that. And I don't fault him. I understand from that point, and I'm not gonna go too far into that. I understand from that point, but Will wasn't down with it. It is what it is. Me and Black, we went ahead and moved forward, and the show was fun. It was really fun. We're having fun here with it. So we continued on. Well, Chris was our first guest, I think. Were you the first? I think Chris was our
think
first
so.
guest. But
I believe
over
so.
time,
I believe
Chris,
so.
yeah, yeah. And Chris kept coming on multiple times. And so finally, I asked Chris to help with production a little bit. Got a little lost, but that's all right.
That will.
He actually gave us great facts. And that's the reason why I asked him to do production. He gave us great facts. And a lot of times, when he was giving us facts and stuff like that, I'm like, damn, he just really needs to be on the show. So finally, in our third season, I think it was. I think it was the third season. Yeah, I think it was the third. I gotta look at it. If I look at the thing, I can tell you exactly which show he joined us on officially. But in our third season, I went ahead and asked Chris to go ahead and be our third person, and we ended up with 3 people. So
Mhm.
for those who want to know, why do we call our show I Told My Wife I'm Paying Bills? It really, honestly, it's because a kind of a play on the words, play a joke, right? We're 3 married gamers. We're 3 guys who love our geek culture. We're 3 guys who have responsibilities, and it's that whole joke back to the day where our wife is actually suspecting us to do different things here and there, and instead of paying our bills and doing all stuff like that, we're doing our thing on our game console. We're watching our movies. We're doing however. We're not really doing that because we're taking care of home. All of us are taking care of home.
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
of
We're
us
not.
are paying for these houses that we're in.
Yeah, we're not out of control. We're not out of control. We do pay our bills.
Exactly.
That's why you see our light shining on our face. Our light saying out and all that good stuff.
Right. And that's the thing. It's just a really play on words. And Chris, you joined us on official co-host after the season 3 premiere. You became our official co-host on our end of year wrap up. So it was 12/30/2024. So third season, 40, our 43rd episode is when Chris joined us. So and that's why we had that idea, and that's why we came up with the title. We're gamers. We love our lives, and this gaming aspect is just a small part of our life. We had that time we had to actually sneak away from some of our responsibilities, but the gaming, the other geek culture items that we do, it's our break from the harshness of reality. Everything that we had to do, So, guys, anything else you want to add into that part of our intro for this show, the actual show, why we started doing it? I'll start with Black because again he started off. But anything you wanted to add in about that, Black?
Nothing much. I just piggyback off of what you said, man. It was fun at first because you didn't think we were gonna actually get to this point because it was just fun. And when you do stuff for fun, you don't realize the trajectory of of what you're gonna do, or how serious it's gonna get. You know what I'm saying, or how serious you're gonna take it. So,
Yeah.
it was just we had so much fun with it that we went through a couple years and didn't realize how fast it went. When we were sitting down and
Right.
talking, you know, one of our episodes, and we were
Yeah.
like, "Man, this is the second. We're almost done with the second year.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Right.
crazy like that, you know."
It went by really quick. It went by really, really quick. And it's when you're having fun, time flies. That's how it goes. You
Mhm.
know? That's really how it goes. So, uh, with Chris, really quick, being here now, what's your thoughts on the show now? Because you started off as a listener and then a contributor, and now you're actually part of the show.
Oh, this is fun. I am so honored to even to have anything to do with the show at all because I'm just like I was started out as a fan, so I'm like I mean to actually be welcomed on board and and to be able to geek out with you fellas is that just makes my day for real.
Word. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's definitely fun. It's definitely fun. And y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, I said this before. I want y'all to listen, and I'm not putting pressure on you, Chris, but for real, a lot of times when Chris says something, listen carefully because he gives you some really good information about some really good stuff. Stuff that I'm about to say other stuff that I didn't even think of or know before.
Oh,
So
thanks.
definitely listen,
Yeah,
what he has to say
yeah,
because he drops some knowledge sometimes. He gets that
yeah,
elder
yeah,
statesman in us.
yeah.
Thanks,
Don't
y'all.
be like me. You know, Chris was telling me forever to become a PC gamer. I kept ignoring him until it finally happened. And
Right.
you
It
know,
wasn't too late. Welcome.
Xbox did me
Yeah,
wrong, and
right.
I'm a PC gamer.
Word,
So don't be
word.
like
Well,
me.
yeah, and yeah, we got to talk about that monster you got too. In a few. All right, so let me get through this last couple of things here because I want to talk about that monster. That thing. I want to say. I was telling Chris, is the box about it almost like my shoulder width? It's almost about shoulder width, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
a monster. Yeah, it's
yeah.
pretty. It's big. It's big. So, um, so the original concept versus what the show is now, it is completely different. Uh, Everything that Will thought of, we took and we kind of made it our own because again, originally I really, really wanted him on the show. Um, if we ever have that conversation, he and I, if we ever have that conversation, hopefully one day he can actually come on the show. Hopefully, we're seeing, you know, but
Well,
it is what it is.
I'm still sort of in contact with them. Um,
Word,
uh,
word. Yeah.
so you know, I'll throw out little, you know, tidbits here and there, see if I catch them with the hook. You know,
Yeah, there you go.
I throw
You
up
can
a
start them
line.
off on Raging Bull. How about that? So,
I don't know if you
you
want to
know,
start off on that show because I'm a rage of why he ain't show up. That's what I'm a rage about.
no, there you go. Word. Well, so coming from that though, that's kind of how we ended up transforming our show to what it is now. And I don't know about you, but like I didn't know how many when we first started putting it out. I didn't expect a lot of people, and I'm not gonna lie, there was a while that I was getting kind of discouraged because we were actually losing people, and
Mm,
yeah, I just couldn't figure out what was going on. I was like, "Oh, man, we're funny as hell. We got some funny content. We got some good content, some good information. What is wrong?" So I think consistency is also important, and that's
mm.
where it happens. So I think with these video episodes, us doing more on YouTube and different things, the skits that I'm trying to do are going to be funny. Hopefully, cross my fingers. But I'm hoping that we can actually kind of move us forward on some of the other stuff. So, um, before we move into the last couple of minutes here, uh, we are still going to talk about gaming, still talk about movies, everything. We're doing everything we were before. We're going to have guests. The only difference is now we're going to actually have video with it. So, you're going to have visual aspects of it. I'm going to put in some more actual like sharing screen and things like that. Uh, and you're gonna actually see some funny stuff here or there. Hopefully, if I cut anything out, something that I think is still funny, that's gonna go on our social media. I'm gonna try and push our social media some more. I might have to find somebody to help out with our social media. I don't know, because I do a lot, and some of that stuff in the background is still like it's a little annoying to do. Like always posting on social media, that's annoying. So I'll figure that out. We'll see. Either way, now let's get into Black. We got about another like 5 to 10 minutes left. Black, PC gamer now. Give a quick explanation of what happened. Just a really quick explanation.
Okay, here's a quick explanation for you. I was with Xbox for about, I would say, since 2008, 2009, with the 360 in. I ended up with the Xbox Series X. That's how long I was with them, and then they slapped me. So now I'm a PC gamer. There's my explanation.
Yeah. And so that slap is I'm gonna explain on that slap a little bit, because Xbox, they've been basically slapping all their users for years. They like started off with the red ring. They was like basically giving us the finger, and then some of the other stuff that they did, they was just like, we really don't care about y'all. Come to find out, they sort of care. They care a little bit more than PlayStation does, but not as much in some terms, because they go like this. They go back and forth, up and down.
Yep.
But the slap that they gave him, his account got locked him out, and it's not even that it's banned or anything like that. It locked him out, and he can't even get in. Like they're not giving them a way to verify, because the verification email is an old email, but nobody. Xbox, give us a way to contact somebody and actually talk to people. Come on. You had one of the most loyal people. He was loyal. He was there for you. He the Xbox Showcase, he was ready on it. He's the one that actually, our Xbox Showcase, go back and check it out, our Xbox Showcase episode, he initiated that because he was so excited about that showcase. And guess what? You screwed him over, So doing that wasn't smart. That definitely was not smart. So anyway, last couple minutes here. Black, give me a quick rundown about what you want to do with the Raging Bull X podcast, and give us a quick rundown of what it's going to be about.
Well, what I want to do is I just want to touch on things like things that may kind of like irritate you, or maybe a little funny to you, just everyday things that people get together and they talk about, and then it's nothing, and then it's something else, and then it's something else. That's what I really want to do. I feel like America, we've kind of forgotten how to laugh at ourselves and laugh at situations and stuff like that. It just seems like everything's too serious nowadays,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just want to be that guy to just put it out there and say, hey, look, man, I noticed this. Don't you think that's stupid? Or, just random stuff, you know what I'm saying? And just get people to laugh and smile, and just to think. I may throw in some critical, little stuff in there every so often, because I do believe in being positive, even though the Raging Bull X is going to be kind of like it's not going to be a troll show. So I'm not going to say that. And it's not going to be entirely negative, though, mostly.
Word. Yeah.
No, it won't be negative. It won't be toxic. I promise. Slim won't let me be
I'm not a
toxic.
toxic fan.
Slim won't let me get away with being toxic.
And I will be behind the scenes of that of his show. I'll be the producer of his show. So yeah, I got his back. I got his back for real. But yeah, I'm gonna try. But I mean, you know what? If he's on a roll and he's got a good point, I mean, a toxic point can be good and bad. It can be constructive as necessary.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Right?
Yeah, see, that's the man. He's good.
It's just a matter of delivery. It's a matter of delivery. There you go. So it's all good. Anyway, well, everyone though, again, we're getting close to here to, we actually at our 34 minute mark, 35, boom, right at 35-minute mark. So that went really quick. Now I'm saying this, everyone, this is currently a short show for this episode. I was going to put this out before the second episode that I did with Jason. I'm going to put this out afterwards. So for all those who's heard this second episode, the second episode I did with Jason, I believe it's called Chaos versus Control. I think it is. I got to look at the name again. However, I'm going to go ahead and put that one out first. For those who listened and thought, wow, that was the same thing as before. Basically, we revisited, and I just took this Joker episode and his and combine them together. But we were talking, it was a brand new, fresh episode, but the topics was talking about the actor who played the Joker and the actors who played Lex Luthor. We just combined them together for that show because we had the worst boss episode. So please go back and listen. And if I'm hoping that you'll check it out. I can't wait for this episode to come because this is basically us coming in with our Jay-Z walk, allow us to introduce myself. And actually, I might go ahead and see if I can throw that little line in there. I don't know it's going to be less than 30 seconds. I don't know if they'll let me do it. They may or not. But that's a famous line, so I probably can't do that. Allow me to reintroduce myself. But anyway,
My name is.
I love that. That's like a theme. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right? You walk in. But anyway. Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. I'm gonna have to listen to that afterwards now. But I don't know. I might have to cut that part out and put that on TikTok. Anyway, so come on back. We got a lot more stuff to do. I'm doing some Comic Cons. I'm doing some skits. I literally have a setup to my left over here that I'm about to set up, and I'm gonna record myself. You're gonna see me in costumes a little bit, not a full costume. I'm hoping I'm funny, y'all. I really hope I'm funny. If I'm not funny, y'all gotta tell me because if I'm making myself a fool, y'all gotta laugh. I'm doing it for laughs anyway. So our socials. Oh, by the way, I did update our YouTube. I've been saying it for the longest time. I gotta update YouTube. I did. It's up there. So I'm gonna go ahead and read off our socials, our email address. Please reach out to us if you want to tell us anything. You got ideas, you want to talk to us about our show. You can reach out in so many ways. We got all different types of social media. You can actually email us at toldmywifepodcast@gmail.com. You could follow us on Instagram at toldmywifepodcast. You can actually follow us on Facebook. I told my wife I'm paying bills. You can actually subscribe to our YouTube page at Told My Wife Podcast. You could find me on TikTok at Slim Taurus 78. That's Slim Taurus, like the astrological sign, Taurus, the bulls. 78, and that's on TikTok. You can actually find our TikTok page at Told My Wife Podcast. And if you want to reach out to us, please reach out. Please follow, like, subscribe, share, do all of that. Get us going. Again, to our new listeners and viewers, thank you so much. This is going to be fun. I can't wait to have all of the stuff coming out. We got so much different things coming out, especially the Comic Cons. I'm still working. I'm going to try to get these two to the Comic Con. I'm going to start telling them, especially about Atlantic Con. I want to get y'all to go Atlantic Con first because it's smaller. Chris has been to the other Comic Con I go to, Tidewater Comic Con. He's been to that. It was huge. It was massive. But I want to get you to Atlantic Con because Atlantic Con is, it's the best way I can put it is a FUBU. Y'all get what FUBU is. So Atlantic Con is that.
I don't know about FUBU. I know about Bufu though. Bufu.
But okay, I'm gonna say Forest by Us. There you go. All right, I would say because everybody's like, "Wait, what is he talking?" I got you though. I got you.
How high the movie?
Yeah, I know. All right, so I'm gonna try and get them to Atlantic Con. But anyway, before we roll out, Black, you got anything?
Yeah, man. We're real excited, man. This is it's almost like a new beginning with our podcast. So I'm real excited about that. We appreciate y'all listening, and we got some fire content coming for you for the Told My Wife and the Raging Bull. I'm even get senior on the Raging Bull. Now I know I'm gonna act right because he gonna have to say.
There you go. And by the way, for those who didn't listen, who don't know, he actually calls Chris Senior because he is Chris Senior. That's why. We actually had an episode where his son was on, and in order to distinguish the two, we called one senior, we called the other junior. So if you hear him call him senior, that is exactly why. So
it stuck with me. So I'm sorry.
There you go. Yeah. So senior, you got anything you want to say before we roll out?
It's good to be geeky and nerdy.
Always, always, for sure, for sure. You know, I mean, again, I do this all the time. I enjoy this, and that's going to be on another episode. You can actually see, if you go back and see, I did a live episode talking about my my love of Batman and why I like Batman, and then I talked about some of the different things here. So you can also see Lego content on my personal TikTok page. Anyway, well, again, everyone, thank you for showing up. Thanks for coming to see our first full all three of us episode. Can't wait to do more. But until the next one, I'm Slim.
And I am the Raging Bull X. Just one thing real quick. One thing real quick.
All right. What's
real
up?
quick. You heard what Slim said. Batman, the best DC character. Yes, I am talking to you Superman fans. I'm talking to y'all. But we appreciate y'all listening.
There you go. Yeah. Flawed, but still perfect. Anyway. All right. So again, I'm Slim.
And I'm Black.
And I'm Chris.
And whether you're binging or button mashing, we'll catch you on the next episode. Thanks for joining us, everybody. See y'all.